want to ask you 5 ways not to use ChatGPT for marketing. So there's the geek skeptic is back. Everyone is very enamored with this shiny new object, but you're pushing back. It's the clubhouse with potential. But what's the pushback? You've got 5 things. What is your first of 5 ways not to use ChatGPT for marketing?
Number one. So I did this presentation for the Will County, Illinois bar. And so this is all fresh on my mind because I think it was like not even that long ago that I did this. But the first one is that you see these horror stories of, number one, don't enter confidential information into ChatGPT, right? Samsung had this big debacle because I think they published some of their, like, I don't know if it was their code or data or something, but there's been a couple instances of this, and there was a glitch that OpenAI admitted where it was showing other people's prompts, and so you could go and get that stuff. And the same thing is probably true. I haven't seen a horror story in legal yet. If you've got one, love to hear it. But you got to, just like anywhere else, if it's on the internet, it's public and permanent. Don't go sharing, client confidences, unless you're that TikTok lawyer who's like, "Hey, just got my client off of his DUI." Anyway, don't share confidential stuff inside ChatGPT.
Okay, and so I mean, that would happen when you are using ChatGPT to respond to a prospect, right?
I mean, it could happen in a lot of contexts. In fact, it's going to be one of our coming up ones. So in the research that I was doing for this Will County thing, there's a lot of legal marketers selling all sorts of cool ways to use ChatGPT for legal marketing, which are completely unethical and are going to create all sorts of problems for folks. So that, right. You want to know a niche? You can be the grievance lawyer to represent other lawyers when they're dealing with ChatGPT grievances and ethics issues. There you go.
Tune in next week as Guy burns bridges with half of the legal marketing community. All right. Number 2, one of the concerns with ChatGPT is accuracy. Why can't we rely on it for accuracy, Guy?
ChatGPT hallucinates. Mark Palmer had a great example where he was doing some legal research and the ChatGPT is making up cases, like not even real cases. They don't exist. So it hallucinates. It's, they designed it. It's only got its learning set corpus only goes up to 2021 anyway. So anything more recent is not going to be good. But if you're going to use it for anything, and there are some that we talked about some ways to use it. Maybe we can talk about some more in the future, but it's got to be reviewed and edited by a human. And if there's anything legalish in it that needs to be, my view is if you're going to publish it under your name, you got to review it. I don't know how lawyers would publish stuff, automate stuff that they haven't had a chance to review. So review anything coming out of ChatGPT and edit it before you publish it.
Okay. We were talking about SEO and blogs earlier. Talk to me about ChatGPT and responses for SEO.
Yeah. So the no-no here is don't just wholesale paste ChatGPT responses for quote unquote SEO. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm still very proud of this. If you search right now, you're listening and you search ChatGPT for legal marketing, I believe one of my posts still comes up, which was completely written by ChatGPT. And I disclaim that in the post. So I only say that, and that's the counterpoint. But Google is actively trying to distinguish completely copy and pasted ChatGPT, generative AI created content from human or useful content, as they call it. And there are plenty of SEOs who have done the big tests where they just connect their ChatGPT API to their WordPress API and crank out 10,000 posts, and traffic takes off, and then the site gets de-indexed. So if your legal marketing person's like, hey, we've got this cool new service where we're going to ChatGPT our way to the top of Google SERPs, you better run the other way because it's going to work until it doesn't.
Well, so interestingly, we were speaking about Kevin O'Keefe earlier. He launched, I believe he called it Lou, which is his ChatGPT assisted content engine. I
Great.
don't frankly know much about it, but I think when he talks about it being ChatGPT assisted or AI assisted, this is ensuring that you put the human element in order to deal with things like accuracy and making sure that the SEO content the content that you're generating is actually valuable.
Yeah,
So
and again, and when it's if we think Tom Martin from LawDroid does a fantastic. He's done several fantastic talks. In fact, if you're a lawyer and you want to know more about ChatGPT as a tool in the legal context, in a variety of different contexts, go search Tom Martin LawDroid. He's got a ton. But his big point is this: it's not a replacement for writing. It's not what it is. It's to help us in a variety of contexts. It's, I think he calls it like the word calculator or something, which is great. It's a great analogy because the calculator doesn't like stop us from needing to know about math. Like you can't even, if you don't know the formula, if you're trying to calculate cost per acquisition and you just, you want to like type into the calculator can help you do the computation, but you still have to understand the meaning of cost per acquisition. Well, same thing with ChatGPT. There's a lot of ways it can assist us. But you can't just wholesale, replace writing or blogging or legal research or yada, yada, yada with ChatGPT.
All right, next one. I believe there is a horrendous example of someone using ChatGPT to automate responses into Google business profiles. Can you share more on that, Guy?
Yeah, so this is real. You can go search for using ChatGPT to respond to your Google business profile reviews, and I'm sure this example will come up. And the lawyer who wrote about this is like super proud of it. And then you go and read these responses, and it's horrible. We talk about how valuable reviews are, and how important they are from a your next client making a decision about contacting and hiring you. And then you've got an automated someone zapping a ChatGPT response to a testimonial. And so one, you probably are going to create some ethics issues for yourself because ChatGPT is not thinking about ethics issues. And even if, then you get into the philosophical thing, well, it's like ChatGPT doesn't know the client confidence. It's like, it doesn't matter. The perception is going to be that you revealed a confidence, right? If there's anything identifiable, yada, yada, yada. So I don't want to get into that philosophical debate. But two, it looks like crap. It looks like someone automated a response. And now, so what did you say? You said, you know what? I didn't care enough to actually come here and respond. I'm so annoyed that clients are leaving me positive reviews that in order to respond to them, I'm just going to zap this automated ChatGPT response that is clearly artificial. I mean, it's like lists off all the counties that they practice in, servicing all the area. I mean, it's so bad. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
All right. Number 5 on your list of things to not use ChatGPT for.
Which goes, it kind of goes with the prior one, but don't use ChatGPT to automate the human part, right? So George Saharis, actually, we had on LHLM a ways back now, and I thought he put it really well, is like, use chatbots, generative AI, technology, automations to automate the things that you can seamlessly automate, but show up and be a person on the things that can't be. And so, in my opinion, things like responding to a review, when a client wants to talk to an attorney, whether it's on through a chatbot or otherwise, your content on your website, that's human stuff. That's empathy, emotion, service. I think of the Robert Reich categories of work. Why would you put more of your service, the thing that you can actually deliver a lot of value that clients are actually going to pay you for? Why would you try to automate that stuff? Because guess what? The more that you can figure out how to automate in that context, the more that your job is irrelevant. They're either going to go work with a competitor because, they're looking at your review responses and they're like, gosh, this is just like completely automated. And if you're doing that to clients, they're going to leave. No one wants to just feel like they're a part of some Kafka-esque machine of automations.
All right. Don't automate the human part.